Hey, welcome to the latest episode of As the World Churns. I'm Andy Levy here as always with my delightful co-host Danielle Moodie. Unfortunately, we have some decidedly not delightful news going on. As we are recording this on Monday, Iran has launched, I guess, a series of attacks on American bases in the Middle East, including one in Qatar, which is the largest American military installation in the Middle East. Bahrain has closed off its airspace as well. All of this is in retaliation for the bombing of Iranian nuclear sites over the weekend, undertaken by the United States. Everyone is kind of scared. Everyone is talking about World War III, and hopefully that will not turn out to be the case. But we are not in a good place right now, Danielle, in my opinion. Prove me wrong.
No, Andy, I am not here to prove you wrong, my friend. I'm here to tell you you're right. Here's the thing that gets me about this situation and how we get here is that I just want to remind people once again, we had a deal with Iran. We had a deal with Iran, one that took years to put together, one that would drop sanctions against them so that they could rebuild their economy in return to not build up any nuclear power. Barack Obama struck that deal. And when Donald Trump came into office the first time around, he scrapped it. Why? Because he didn't want Barack Obama to have a win in foreign policy. So he scrapped it. So we're here now, again, with Donald Trump in power, leading us into potentially World War III because of his ego, because he liked how Iran and the Israel conflict was playing out on Fox News. And so we're here,
Yeah.
right? We're here because Donald Trump scrapped a deal and Netanyahu was able to just whisper into Donald Trump's ear, turn America into Israel's bitch, because that's exactly what has happened. Israel decided to go and make a move on Iran. Trump said, don't do that. We're still in diplomatic negotiations. Netanyahu said, I don't give a fuck, right? And so here we're like, oh, Donald Trump says, we reported last week, Andy. He said, 2 weeks. I'll make a decision in 2 weeks. In his mind, that was literally 2 days.
Yeah.
And now here we are with you have all of these mixed messages coming out from his regime because they have no idea what the fuck they're doing. You have JD Vance going on the Sunday talk shows and Marco Rubio saying, we don't need intelligence. We don't need to know intelligence, he says on Face the Nation. When asked, what intelligence do you have that Iran is building up a nuclear facility? And he said, we don't need the intelligence because you don't have intelligence. Basically, you have no sense. And Tulsi Gabbard's intelligence has said over and over again, there's no escalation here in Iran. They're not building nuclear facility. Donald Trump says, I like the way bombs look on Fox. So that's what I'm going to do. That's how we're here. It's extraordinary.
Yeah, and Tulsi Gabbard, who said all of that during congressional testimony, is now claiming she was taken out of context, which she was not. And she is doing what they all do, those who work for Trump. They're clowning themselves and pretending they didn't say what they said so that they are in lockstep with him. And then, Rubio saying the sort of unfortunate quote was, forget about intelligence.
Hard
And
full stop.
yeah, I mean, imagine you are sitting there, you're the Secretary of State, he's also got like five other jobs in this administration. They
Mm-hmm.
keep adding to his portfolio
Well, he's
as
the only
people
brown
quit.
one, so.
Yeah, I think he's like he might be the Librarian of Congress at this point, for all I know. Like, I'm honestly not sure. The head of the National Archives. It's just unreal. And he is sitting there. This is a guy, it's hard to remember that Marco Rubio was actually kind of a young, respected politician
At one
in
time.
at one time in the Republican Party, and people thought he was going to be someone, and now he's just a lapdog sitting there saying, "Forget about intelligence." It's absolutely unreal the way that these people just sell what little bit of a soul they have in order to be part of Donald Trump's favorite children or whatever. And we know that Iran was not building a nuclear weapon, and Tulsi Gabbard told us so. Other intelligence estimates have told us so. We also know that despite the administration's claims, we did not destroy Iran's nuclear capability with these strikes, which is what
Nope.
they claimed at first. And now they're kind of backing off on that. And so we didn't destroy their nuclear capabilities. They are now sending missiles at U.S. air bases in other countries in that region. Uh, and we are sitting here going, look, there's a chance that we did this bombing, they fired their missiles, that lets them save face, and maybe that's the end of it in terms of hostilities.
Ooh.
But there's a very real chance that that's not it.
Yep.
And that this is just going to continue to escalate and continue to spread. And the next thing you know, we are going to be in a troops in the ground situation in the Middle East, which, I mean, look, if there's one thing you can say about America, we are really good about not learning lessons.
Yep.
Look, I'm old enough to remember when we were going to be welcomed with open arms in Iraq, and that everyone was going to love us, and that war would be fast and would have no bad consequences. It turns out that Iraq has been a mess ever since we went in there. Donald Trump is now sitting there going, well, maybe we are talking about regime change. Regime change is just another word for we are going to overthrow the Iranian government.
Correct.
We've done this before. We had the Shah in power, and that led directly to the Iranian Revolution with Ayatollah Khomeini, which led down the path of all these things about Iran that we don't like. So here we go again, Danielle.
I swear to God, there is not a place that America has intervened in that has stuck their nose where it does not belong, taken away the self-determination of a people, put in power who they wanted for their own capability, and those things end well. It never ends well. What it ends with is the creation of more terror groups and terror cells. Like, that is constantly a part of the cycle. America intervenes, literally and figuratively blows shit up, creates a vacuum of leadership, and then a terrorist group forms. Every single fucking time.